Megan Fox.
Yeah, Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox writes at PJ Media.
Eat Tucker.
That was your best.
Damn it, man. I cried for 2 days.
Megan, thank you very much for that.
So, I can explain the bed thing.
If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake. Crawl there.
It's like Jesus going to the temple. He's like, I got a whip. Get out! Get out! The lovely and wonderful Megan Fox. Not that one.
Not that one. Not the weird one that drinks blood in his toe thumb.
Megan Fox.
Megan. And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry.
She's the devil.
Megan Fox. Megan Fox.
I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that.
You've never met a like me. You want to tangle? You want to go? Holy sh!
Too much cussing on this. I guess we didn't bleep it, so we got to turn it off. But it's
You pissed off the wrong woman.
oh my God, I have been assaulted, but Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother.
She's the devil.
Not for publication.
The story.
I'm Megan Fox. Thank you. Cheers.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. I'm here again. I need the court stream for this, unfortunately. I am still not seeing it anywhere on Boston 5 or anything. I'm going to be covering the hearing, if I can find it, for Aidan Kearney today, TURTLEBOY, in a hearing in Boston, Massachusetts. The Commonwealth is going to be trying to lock him up for journalisming and protesting. He's facing 120 years. Let's go over some of the old news coverage while I am looking for this. If you guys can find the live court stream, not Melanie Little, not other channels that are going to cover it. I need the court stream because I'm not going to stream snipe somebody else. We need the court stream. So if you guys can start looking for that, I would appreciate it. And in the meantime, we are going to look at... Here we go. This, which is just a recap of what has happened up till now, in case some of you need to get caught up.
Boy appeared, and who blogs under the name TURTLEBOY appeared in court today after he was indicted on 16 charges tied to witness intimidation in the Karen Reed case. During the hearing, the prosecutor said that Aidan Kearney has now had his readers do what he's accused of doing, harassing witnesses in the Reed case. Now, Reed is accused of hitting and killing her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, in Canton last year. Kearney has publicly questioned the investigation. The prosecutor wanted an order demanding Kearney stop encouraging his readers, but the judge ruled that he didn't have the authority to do that.
It's clear that Mr. Kearney is encouraging his minions, his followers, in the context of his blogs and YouTubes, etc., to continue to harass witnesses. And it's the Commonwealth's contention that this is a very disingenuous way that the defendant is indirectly encouraging others to indirectly harass these witnesses.
Kearney argues what he's been doing isn't harassment, it's journalism.
A local blogger released on personal recognizance hours after being arrested in connection with coverage of a high-profile local murder case. Aidan Kearney runs the blog TURTLEBOY News, which has tens of thousands of followers. Boston 25 investigative reporter Ted Danya broke this story this morning and has been covering the Karen Read case from the very beginning. Quite the spectacle there today, Ted.
Mark, Aidan Kearney was arrested this morning outside his home in Holden. He tells me he was placed into handcuffs after walking his kids to the bus stop. These are the court documents here detailing the charges against him. He faces multiple counts of witness intimidation, obstructing the administration of justice, and a single count of conspiracy to intimidate a witness. As soon as Kearney was released from custody, he went off on the courthouse steps.
They will never shut me up. They will never, ever, ever stop me from reporting the truth.
Karen Read's self-proclaimed biggest offender is now defending himself.
I hope they find that Ford Edge.
That's Aidan Kearney, a.k.a. TURTLEBOY, in handcuffs. Earlier this month, he predicted this.
They might arrest me for this. Now, I'm not going to stay in jail. I'll get bailed out in 5 seconds.
During his arraignment, a special prosecutor appointed by the Norfolk County DA's office listed numerous occasions where Kearney allegedly harassed people named as witnesses in the Karen Read case. Read is accused of killing her Boston police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe. Kearney claims she's been framed in a cover-up.
So, John, I have a question. Did you think that you could outsmart Karen Read?
Kearney confronted a mother and her daughter at a high school sporting event.
So we are outside D&E Pizza, owned by Chris Albert, Chicken Parm Charlie.
He's protested outside of a Canton pizza shop owned by a relative of two people he claims are involved in John O'Keefe's murder.
Protesting is not illegal.
Brian Albert.
And
he's
it's
led
not
rolling
witness
rallies to the
intimidation
Canton
either.
homes of witnesses and law enforcement. And
For
the special
7
prosecutor read this message Kearney left for the wife of a detective on the Read case after broadcasting her cell phone
120
number.
years in prison for 7 minutes.
What's your scumbag husband up to now? Are you going to visit him in prison? Do you think they'll have conjugal visits?
The special prosecutor claims Kearney has made as much as $5 million from his coverage of this case. Kearney laughed at that claim. He says he will not back down.
Everything that you heard in that courtroom today is legal, protected opinion, and I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced, and we will continue on our journey.
The judge released Kearney without bail. The special prosecutor wanted him to wear a GPS tracking device, but that request was denied by the judge. He's been ordered to stay away from a number of witnesses in the Karen Read case. Mark, the judge did not specifically bar him from reporting on the Karen Read case.
Ted, one of the charges Kearney faces is conspiracy to intimidate a witness. What's that all about?
Yeah, they talked about that in court. On his blog, Kearney posted that he was looking to identify the owner of a car parked outside the home of a state trooper who's investigating the Read case. An Avon dispatcher ran several plates for him, and that is the basis of that charge. They say registration info is only supposed to be accessed for legitimate law enforcement purposes. We've learned that Avon dispatcher has been placed on leave.
And Ted Kearney says items were seized from his home this morning after the arrest?
Yeah, I asked him about that. He didn't say exactly what they took, but he mentioned that he needed to start over and get new electronics. Did not have a cell phone out when he left court, so that may be one of the items, Mark, that has been taken by police.
Ted, and as we heard earlier, Kearney had plenty of supporters with him at court.
Yeah, he's got a big following. There were people holding signs for him outside court and standing with him when he spoke to reporters. As the hearing was taking place, you could hear a number of cars honking. As people drove by, they were honking to the people who were holding signs for him. Mark, this is just another twist in a case that's been anything but routine.
It certainly has. A lot of people following, a lot of interest in this case. We know you'll stay on top of it for us.
I've got what looks like Zoom, but nothing is happening at the moment. I hope that they're going to do other than Zoom, because of course they always put the stuff on there. You cannot record this Zoom, recordings prohibited. That's not stopping other channels. So I don't know. I don't know what we'll do there. I hope that we will get like Court TV, but it looks like when I do a search for Court TV or Law and Crime, it doesn't look like they've got anything set up for this today, which I am shocked at. Shocked, I tell you. How can they not be covering? They've covered all of his other ones. How can they not cover this one? Seriously. How is it that there's only one channel? Law and Crime has this stream? Where? Get me a link. Please get me a link, Vicky. From today? It's not coming up. If you have a link, get it to Ahmad. How is it that they don't have a camera in the courtroom? They're trying to hide what they're doing, aren't they? But how could Law and Crime not be there? It's crazy to me. How could Court TV not be there? Yeah, I've got it. I've got the Zoom session up as well. I'm listening. So if anything starts happening, we'll go over there. Nothing is happening right now that I can tell. Nothing. There's nothing going on yet. So maybe they're not even going to Zoom it. I mean, who knows? Basically, people are saying that Massachusetts courts are always late. So we'll see. But I mean, this idea that, Zoom can't be recorded. These are public hearings. These are public freaking hearings. I think it's against the Constitution for a right to a public trial that the only recording of this thing that everybody wants to see is on Zoom, where they're saying you can't record. It's prohibited. Prohibited by who? A Massachusetts judge? Yeah, I'm not real. I mean, this is terrible. Law and Crime ought to be there. Court TV ought to be there. I believe it's a motion for sanctions that's going to be heard. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat over to it when it starts, but it hasn't started.
Have any new news to pass along? We'll bring it back. Ted, thank you. The 25 Investigates team broke this story this morning. We sent out this push alert to our subscribers. If you'd like to get notifications like this anytime there's breaking news, download our free Boston 25 News app.
Like, what the heck, Boston 25? What the heck, NBC 10 Boston? Where are your cameras? And why aren't you in the courtroom? You covered all of this before, but now suddenly with the motion for sanctions, they don't want to cover it? Really? Really? Like, why? Why aren't they covering it? Why isn't this live? All right, hold on. Norfolk. Let's try this. And while I'm looking, I'm just going to keep playing these. Oh, hi, Brad. Do you want to pop in? I don't want to put you in if you don't. Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
Work is super busy today, but the other YouTubers that are trying to cover the case are showing the same main session thing on Zoom. So I think you're on the right spot.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Do you see the big warning on the top?
Yeah.
I mean, they always do that, though. They always do that. And it's like, well, by what authority do they have to say that a public hearing can't be streamed?
Beats me.
Of course, I'm not really that worried about it. I'm not in Massachusetts. But still, it's annoying. I think these things should be open to the public, and they shouldn't be putting out threats like that. If the court isn't going to be, if the media is not going to be inside the courtroom and they have a live Zoom feed, just put it out there, for God's sake.
Yeah, you would think.
Well, I don't want to stream. Brad, can you find the link to it, though? Because I can't do that right now. I can't find it. I see
the Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh.
I see the Superior Court website. I don't see the actual Zoom link anywhere. I don't know where to look.
It's probably in a filing that you have to go find.
Well, I can jump over to Young Jerks, but I don't want to stream snipe them if, I don't want them to get annoyed about that. Nothing's happening yet, though. It's still just a blank screen.
And other Seeking Justice with Tommy and Boston Mike also are carrying the same Zoom hearing.
I wonder why is Mallory's not the case? Seeking Justice with Tommy and well, I don't want to snipe another stream. If you guys have the Zoom, if you can find the Zoom link, send it to me or Brad.
You can find me on X. You can email it to me, itgot@protonmail.com, or meganfox.writer.
Yeah, meganfox.writer@protonmail.com. This is the Young Jerks. They're carrying it. If we don't, it looks like they're not doing commentary. So, if we don't get the direct link, we'll just do this. But my apologies, Young Jerks. Why the heck aren't they putting this out there? Why isn't Court TV? This is really something that Court TV and Law and Crime aren't live broadcasting this, or any of the Boston news channels. Like, what is that about?
Well, they don't want their competition to get out of jail, so.
Right. They sure covered it when he got arrested, didn't they? They covered everything about his arrest and his and the other hearings. I mean, look, let's get caught up on some of the. Here's Boston 25's coverage when he was arraigned, and they carried it live at the time. Yeah! I think we already saw this one, actually.
Do we know what court he's in?
And who blogs under the name TurtleBoy appeared.
Yes. Hold on.
District Court.
Oh, here we go. It appears that they're turning the cameras on.
Valhalla has it? Can you message Valhalla and ask?
I can try.
Maybe we keep it like 5 minutes out there. That call made. I don't know before.
But go and subscribe to the Young Jerks. Give them a like because they managed to get this, which is great.
I don't remember. I remember the thing about the phone. Like, he wants to keep using them.
Oh, it's the same feed. MG Law says they're using the same feed. Okay. Well, I'm hoping that Young Jerks will not mind.
No. We got it on email. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah.
They're a great channel anyway, the Young Jerks. They have all the Canton board meetings, which I've been meaning to go over one of these days because they're crazy. They're insane. The Canton board is just outrageous. And they put them on this YouTube channel. So definitely get there and like and subscribe. The Young Jerks are covering this Karen Reed stuff great. And they have the Canton select board meetings. And it's a riot, you guys. I was watching one the other day. I was falling out of my chair laughing. It was so funny. And I've been meaning to go over one with Tug and watch one with Tug because he will die laughing too. You've never seen people behave this way, elected officials. You've never seen them behave this way, screaming at each other, screaming at the audience. Like, it is so funny. Yeah, the audit meeting. Yes, that's the one. That's the one, Social K. I want to do the audit meeting. You just will not even believe it. Oh, they've muted it again. I guess they're not ready to go. Jonathan, thank you so much for the $5 on Cash App. I appreciate that. Let's see if there's I don't know if there's a message. Let me see. for massage fund or orthodontist brackets. Yes, we're going to need that. Definitely going to need that. Thank you very much. Hangry had a bracket fall off during lunch today. That was the call that I received right before going live with Jeff. So that was funny. Let's see. What else do we have going on? Dublin comes to Boston thanks to the 5. Boston in the house. TURTLEBOY should be exonerated and Karen Read. This case is a sick joke. Massachusetts State PD needs to be investigated. Oh, you're not kidding. There's another death of another police officer, a recruit. Got beaten to death in a boxing ring at their training facility. And They say it was an accident. Wait till we get into that case. That case is insane. His family is saying he was murdered and they're covering it up. This is the Massachusetts State Police again. And then we've got the other case where a Massachusetts State police officer covered up the murder of his pregnant girlfriend. What was her name? I did one stream on it. Is it Rachel? What is her name? It's going to drive me crazy. Hold on. I can tell you in a second. The chat can tell us. Chat, what's her name? I can't believe I've forgotten her name. Birchmore. Sandra Birchmore. I always want to say Rachel for some reason. I don't know why. Sandra Birchmore. What a terrible case that is. Groomed her from the age of 12. Started abusing her at the age of 15, and then eventually murdered her and framed it as a suicide. That one, they finally, after many years, indicted the guy who did it. But there's other police officers involved, including his twin brother and others. Just absolutely terrible. Something is rotten in Massachusetts. And the fact that a journalist is facing 120 years for this alleged witness intimidation is crazy when Karen Read wasn't even facing that amount of time for murder. I mean, come on. What's going on in Massachusetts? Seriously. What is going on there?
I can't even find the docket number for his case.
That's not surprising. Isn't it interesting that the state of Massachusetts wants to hide what they did? They want to hide what they did here to Aidan. They want to hide what's happening to him. They don't want you to see it on TV. They don't even want you to see it on the docket, apparently. Holy crap. I want to say a very special thank you to the young jerks who are providing this for the streamers to cover it. That was very cool of them to do. Thank you so much. Because obviously the media is not going to tell you. The media doesn't want TURTLEBOY there because he's definitely their competition. He wrote over 300 articles about the Karen Read cover-up case. He might not be your cup of tea. He's definitely aggressive and in your face, and it's a different thing than a lot of journalists do, although not all of them. I mean, come on. I watched 2020 growing up. They chase people down the sidewalk all the time. All the time. If I'm breaking up a little bit, it looked like my Wi-Fi or the connection was a little poor, but it seems to have reconnected. So, journalists do all kinds of crazy things. They go undercover. They confront people. They can aggressively get in their face. I have watched Aidan Kearney's coverage. I have still not seen anything that I thought was worthy of 120 years in prison. Now, if the witnesses feel harassed by him, they had every right to try and take out a harassment order, which I think they did, and they failed. I don't know. I don't remember. Did they actually get one against him? Let's see. Let's see if they got one. Oh yeah, they did get one. So they did. They got harassment orders against him. They're definitely entitled to try and take him to civil court for defamation if they think that anything he has said has been defamatory. But it looks like they've got the police and the state acting on their behalf in order to jail a guy that they don't like. Yeah, you cannot be a fan of Aidan Kearney and still think that the state of Massachusetts is out of its freaking gourd trying to do this because they're trying to silence his free speech. I definitely think that, and this is a thing we're seeing in a lot of cases, that the either YouTubers or independent journalists will be covering something and they're covering it in a way that's aggressive and gathering a lot of eyeballs and people like it. And then all of a sudden you get lawyers on the other side accusing you of harassment and stalking and all this stuff that is not applicable when you're talking about media coverage and free speech in America. We're allowed to have an opinion. It can be a bombastic opinion. It can be an opinion you don't like. It can be, if it's defamatory, the other party has a right to go to court in a civil trial and ask for damages. But the state does not have a right to interfere in the media's right to speak about a case, to talk about free my boy, to talk about anything that we want. You know, if it's incorrect, if it's defamatory, that's a civil matter. It is not criminal. And I do not like seeing criminal charges being brought against independent journalists. I think it's very dangerous. I think it is. I think he uncovered a ton of inconsistencies in this case. I think he absolutely uncovered what looks like a cover up, and he had a right to do it. And he has a right to be mad about it. One thing I told when we interviewed Aidan, one thing I told him was, this is why I don't cover cases where I live, man. Never, ever, ever cover cases where you are in the jurisdiction of the judge. Don't do it. Just hand it off to somebody else and watch the coverage, because if you enter into the jurisdiction of these people, when you find corruption, they will drag you into court. The Lonely Kakapo, thanks for the New Zealand 5. I was just watching your earlier live and saw this one. Someone's busy today. Kids must be back in school. Oh, yes. They are back in school. Suzanne, 7 Imperial Beach, Cali. Thanks for the 5. Saw this video when he was trying to recreate Karen driving away from John. It was so good. No way did she hit him with her car. Well, that's what the expert said too. The state's expert was hilarious. The state's expert was like, the crime scene was talking to him. I wanted to ask him, is the crime scene in the room with us right now? They didn't do any of the tests that they should have done. Aidan just put out on his Twitter the other day a picture of the Massachusetts State Police outside the crime scene again, doing their own doing more testing, and it's like, really? You're testing? What haven't you tested? And we were all joking that, they're going to find more taillight pieces. They're going to find a signed confession by Karen Reed. Watch out, guys. Did you bring your solo cups? You know, this case has been so ridiculous with the bad investigation, putting blood samples in solo cups, putting them in, bags that are not sealed, in fast food bags, like just ridiculous. Destroying evidence like that, and then not finding things, and then going back and finding things, and missing footage, missing security footage, butt dials. This case had everything, and it all pointed to the state screwing up. Trooper Paul was a mess. That is true. The jury. And then you have the jury coming back not guilty on 2 counts, and undecided on the 3rd. And the judge wouldn't let him fill out the form. And now she's being retried on all 3, violating double jeopardy. It's incredible. But at least that appeal has been sent to a higher court. So we are awaiting Aidan Kearney, TURTLEBOY, to be in court on a hearing. I believe that it is the motion for sanctions, I believe. But I'm actually not sure. I think is it his motion? I really don't know. I need to check. Let's look at his Twitter feed for a moment, shall we? Let's see what's going.
Hoping he was talking about his, even just a docket number or something.
Dr. TURTLEBOY, where are you? All right, let's go over. I've got the sound in my ears in case it comes back on. We will journalism Jesus.
Norfolk Superior. There we go.
Cracks me up. All right, so here's a picture of Aidan before court today wearing a pink tie, looking dapper. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Canton Select Board meeting. Those meetings are hilarious, by the way. Let's see, I guess he hasn't posted anything since the picture from this morning outside of court. I wonder what's taking them so long to get started. We are now at 2:30. It was supposed to start at 2 p.m.
This looks better.
What are you looking at?
joint petition in family court? Oh, that's his divorce.
Well, it doesn't, there's not a whole lot of information. I just saw that this was happening today, so I didn't do any research about, what's being heard. But it'll be interesting if they ever get started. I mean, I don't know why we're just sitting around, and they were supposed to start at 2 and it's now 2:30. This is crazy. I'm not particularly surprised, though, that they've made made it really hard to access not only the documents, but the hearings in this case. I think the state's embarrassed of what they've done here. And I think they're going to end up being really embarrassed because you cannot silence people. You cannot do this with the power of the state. 120 years. They are using this witness intimidation law. By the way, the way the law is written is really bad. It includes emotional distress, which, come on, that is so vague. What is emotional distress? It's absurd. Here's something. Wait, when was that? Yeah, it's amazing how little information is out there about today. Not that that surprises me in any way, because I really don't think they want us following this. Yeah, it is vague. Emotional distress is vague, like health of the mother, right? What does it actually mean? What does emotional distress really mean? And how do you balance emotional distress with free speech? And we are talking, by the way, about police officers. So they're agents of the state, and people have every right to protest them. You remember that the Canton 9, who were also arrested, I believe they dropped the charges against them, didn't they? So the people who were at the Canton 9, let's see what happened there. Yeah, the clerk found no probable cause against the Canton 9. And so this is the exact same. Let's look at this, actually. This is pretty interesting. This was, Aidan wrote about this. Canton Cover-Up Part 388 articles. He wrote about this. Clerk finds no probable cause against Canton 9 for witness intimidation 9 months after Canton police charged them for peacefully protesting within eyesight of Chris Albert. This is so outrageous that they were charged in the first place, and he's been charged with the same thing, and they need to drop it as well. On November 5th, 9 peaceful protesters assembled on Washington Street, the busiest street in Canton, to peacefully protest injustice in the Karen Reed and TURTLEBOY prosecutions. And here's a video from that. He's on a public sidewalk.
I am proud, buddy.
He's allowed to do this. It doesn't matter who's within sight. It just doesn't. However, because they were within eyesight of convicted killer Chris Albert, Chief Helena Rafferty ordered this so-called, and I think he said convicted killer because I think he was involved in a car accident that killed somebody, I believe. I think that's what that was about. I'm not sure. Chief Helena Rafferty ordered the so-called Canton 9 to immediately end their demonstration or risk being charged with felony witness intimidation. It is notable that none of the responding officers could explain how any of the protesters were actually in violation of the statute, which they read out loud. This should be interesting.
If papers in their hand.
Want us to sign a petition.
Pay his taxes.
I know, there's 4 of them with papers in their hand.
Oh yeah, look how intimidating old ladies on the sidewalk are. Holy crap. This is really intimidating, Canton.
Directly across the street is a witness to a criminal crime. So, directly across the street.
9 people on a sidewalk. They can't. Oh, here we go. I hear sound coming from the court again. 9 people. They were intimidated, folks. 9 people on a sidewalk with some signs.
We'll be getting started in a moment.
Finally. Moving on with the article, nevertheless, a couple of weeks later, the Canton Nine were served with a summons to appear in the Stoughton District Court for probable cause in front of a clerk. Magistrate.
The webinar is live.
What did she just say?
Let you know, FTR, not that you have someone sitting with you, the FTR, the privacy buttons are not working. So
Oh, they've muted again. The magistrate would decide if they would be charged with felony witness intimidation and picketing of a witness, the same two crimes I was charged with weeks prior. Interesting. So here's the complaint application, and they are filing criminal charges against the Canton Nine for witness intimidation. And then it's got their police narrative. It was called into the Canton Police by Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, special prosecutor. So the special prosecutor is trying to get people arrested for protesting. Unfreaking believable. And actually did get them arrested. Unbelievable. This is so wrong, you guys. It's just not even, it's outrageous. All right, here comes the judge. And we have no sound. It's not me, it's the court. If they leave this on mute.
Thank you.
There we go.
May I call the case number? Yes, you may. I don't want to block it. For the record, before the court, numbers 2 and 3 on today's list, Commonwealth versus Aidan Kearney, 23 CR 313, 24 CR 43. Mr. Kearney is present along with his attorneys, Timothy Brazel and Mark Federer. The Commonwealth is represented by Special Assistant District Attorney Robert Cosgrove. The matters are on for various motions. If the parties could please identify themselves for the record. Commonwealth.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm Robert Cosgrove for the Commonwealth.
Good afternoon, counsel.
Hello, Your Honor. Timothy Bradle on behalf of Aidan Kearney.
Good afternoon.
And for Mr. Kearney, Mark Bederow, Bederow. I've been admitted pro hoc vice for this matter, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon, sir. All right, a couple of things. I believe counsel was advised, but I just want to say on the record, we are having an FTR issue, so I don't think the white noise on your tables is working. So I just say that to make sure whatever you say to each other is being recorded. So just keep that in mind. If at some point you do need to have a private conversation, let me know when you can step out, but otherwise just be aware of we're being recorded. All right. I know there are a number of matters that we need to address. I'm going to start out with some more administrative issues, which are the motions to impound, which are, so for each one, everything that's filed, there are 2 because there's 2 docket numbers. So the motions to impound are 24, 25, 39, and 40. I did allow those pending any further discussion here in court. So let me start with the Commonwealth. Do you have any objection to the allowance and the continued allowance of those motions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so those will be continued to be allowed. As far as the motions themselves, where should we start? What would you like to start with?
So, Your Honor, I think we were speaking downstairs for a moment, and the first thing I think logically involves the protective order issues.
Yes.
And to avoid kind of ringing the bell before you make a ruling, I suppose we should do this at sidebar relative to the content of the protective orders and what we're proposing. One of them, we're not far apart on an agreement to memorialize it. The other one, I think we're disparate on the Verizon Records protective order, and the Celebrate Extraction protective order, I think we have it pretty close to agreement. So
right, so
I don't want to say anything about that in open court.
All right, why don't we approach sidebar?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sidebar. All right, so we have 2 orders or 2 motions, a couple of protective orders they're coming to some kind of agreement on. And the Celebrate Extraction protective order, that's going to be interesting. So they've done a Celebrate, or they're going to do a Celebrate extraction of Aidan's phone. And there will have to be things worked out, like which things are protected, which personal communications will be protected out of that. I imagine that's what that's going to be about. I can't believe they're going forward with this. I really can't. And I think it's interesting how the judge is like, well, this is being recorded, so make sure you're not saying anything that but so it's okay for them to record. It's just not okay for any of us to record. That's crazy. That's just craziness. The court systems need to change. It needs to change, and I'm tired of this. What did you send me in the private chat? Is that the
Those are the actual case numbers, and then I'm trying to see if I can get the. I'm like this close to Zoom info.
Well, it's all right. We're doing all right here. I don't think they mind. Considering they're not doing commentary over it, I think it's okay. I'd like to have them on actually sometime to talk about the Canton Select Board meetings. Because those are insane. That channel should be super viral just for those meetings. They are an absolute scream. An absolute scream. Yeah, DTG, I know she's trying to protect the attorney-client privilege, of course, but it's just funny how everybody knows it's being recorded. It is a public hearing. There is no reason why recording of the webinar should be prohibited when it's all being recorded. All of this is recorded. This is just another way to keep the public from not being able to see what's going on in courtrooms. And I think it's illegal. I think it's against the right to a public trial. The public has a different definition these days. The public means the internet. That's what it means now. It doesn't just mean within the doors of the courtroom. It means everybody who wants to see it. And we have so many ways to make it seen that there's no reason not to have it broadcast wherever. Yeah, so they don't have to pay a court reporter. Exactly. But it's not like it wouldn't be released to the public afterwards, because it will. It will. But they want to make you wait until it's over, and then they want to make you apply to the court and have to get the recordings and probably charge you money for them, which is absurd when you can just watch it. That's an absurdity. Yeah, they can only enforce it in Massachusetts. That's where they can enforce a recording order, is in Massachusetts. They can't, the Massachusetts state court has no authority outside the state of Massachusetts, or the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as it is. Yes, please get over and sub to the Young Jerks, and also make sure you're subscribed here, because sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe you, and because YouTube is asshole and they think you're a bot, and they will just go through and unsubscribe a bunch of people. So make sure you're still subscribed and make sure that you've hit the like button. We have 678 of you here right now and only 274 likes. That's not okay. Are your thumbs broken? I know you can do better than that. Let's get over to some of the super chats while we're waiting. Lynette Stallings, thanks for the 10. Please send your mail address. Okay, my email address is right here. I will put it up on the screen for you as soon as I find it. And I have too many tickers. There it is. You can go to if you have something to send me, it's meganfox.writer@protonmail.com. And Chance NP, thanks for the 5. I'm emotionally stressed every morning when my alarm goes off. Right. There's a lot of definitions for emotional stress, and I think it's very vague. And I think a witness intimidation law should be about actual intimidation, like the mob used to do. You know, they'd leave a dead fish on your porch. That's an actual threat of violence. It is not a threat of violence to simply stand outside a pizza parlor and make your opinions be known that the wrong person is on trial. That is not witness intimidation. That is free speech. It is protected under the First Amendment. And to call it witness intimidation is a total, it's a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a bastardization. Let me try that again. Of the way the law, the intent of the law. The law is to protect witnesses from violence and from being scared into, not testifying. That's not what this was at all. This is about a bunch of witnesses who were clearly colluding with one another on behalf of the state to lock up an innocent woman. And that's the way we all see it. And we're allowed to say it. You're allowed to say it. Don't let the government tell you you're not allowed to say that, because you absolutely are. All right. The likes are going up. They're climbing steadily at 362, but I think we can do better than that. They're going to do this entire hearing by sidebar, aren't they? They're going to do the entire thing by sidebar, Brad.
I hope not.
I can feel it already. All right. Well, this is a good time to remind you today is Thursday, and today started a flash sale at Locals, meganfox.locals.com. If you like my coverage, but you want to do more fun things, that kind of stuff is going on over on Locals. We're doing cooking streams, laundry streams. We watch stuff together on YouTube streams and just hang out and have a good time. There's live chats every day. Well, I have a flash sale going on. It's only for the next 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Promo code LOCALS, and you will get 2 free months off a year subscription. And that's a good deal. We haven't had a sale like that in a while. So sign up now because school's in session. I have more time to hang out with you guys on Locals. And so I'm doing more exclusive content over there. And so you're gonna enjoy that. And the 2 free months is great because that's about how much time I take off in the summer. So you get reimbursed for the time that I am really not around much on Locals, but it's all coming back now. Speaking of Locals, I've got the Locals live chat open right now. How you guys doing over there, Locals? It's a great place because you can share memes and pictures and anything. It's fun. And we do live chats every day. So get on over there and hang out with us in Locals. It's a lot of fun. IT Goatee Brad's got his own YouTube channel now. He's been doing cooking streams on Sunday nights, which I find really fun. He's been getting healthy. Brad, how much weight have you lost since this?
I think I'm down 17 pounds at the moment.
Wow. And every Sunday night he does his meal prep and he puts it on YouTube and there's a live stream and he has guests on. So get over to IT Goatee Brad's channel and make sure you like and subscribe over there as well. He takes you on walks every day.
Yep, hopefully walking stream today. And I just got told today in Discord that I need to do more cooking streams throughout the week. And I said, I can't make that much food.
Because you can't eat that much food. You're cooking for the entire week on Sunday, so you've got it all done by then.
Although
right?
the funny thing is so my wife absolutely loved the turkey stir fry that I did this past Sunday.
It did.
It was really good, but I only made 5, and then she ate 2 of them, and I ate 3. So now I had to resort to backup meals for today and tomorrow.
There you go. Ellie Fan says, Megan, do we get a goat yoga on Locals, or is it just stove burning class? Well, you did get recently me standing on my head, so that was worth something. While the dog tried to knock me over, he didn't manage to do it. But
yoga stream.
Yoga stream. Yeah, it wasn't really a yoga stream. Well, I have done yoga streams on Locals before. It's sometimes I read to you, sometimes we clean together, sometimes we do challenges, sometimes we do. I don't know what's with the heart monitor sound. It's terrible. It's their hold music. It's like mine's better though. I like my hold music better.
It's like they have the for the International Space Station. It's basically verification that the stream is
still going.
It's still going.
We'll just do our hold music while we're on sidebar. How about that? Baby Squid is dancing right now. Is Squid here? I haven't seen Squid yet.
She was in the beginning.
Was she? Well, yep, they're going to do the entire thing off the record, folks. This courtroom is on life support. Yeah, they're just wandering around, just keeping us from knowing what the hell is going on. My yoga streams are never boring because we always watch stuff at the same time. Never boring. I made zuppa toscano last night. It was delicious.
I meant to open that, but everything has just been so busy lately.
That is such a good soup. It's not exactly diet friendly though. It's an entire pound of bacon, Italian sausage, cream and chicken broth, and onions and spinach. And lots of garlic. Lots and lots of garlic. God, how much longer are we going to have to wait?
Do you have your what button? Because I don't think I made that one for you.
What? That one? Yes.
Yeah. Do you have it, the sound that you used
somewhere?
For it?
Probably. You want me to send it to you?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can do that. Because if I don't do it immediately while I am thinking of it, I won't do it. Let's see, Brad.
While we're enjoying our courtroom break.
Why didn't it put your email address in here? Brad. There you are. What? Speaking of Laura Owens, there's a new article I still haven't gone over yet, and it's I don't want to.
Don't do it.
But I do want to go over the emails between Greg Gillespie and David Gingras because they're hilarious.
Yeah.
So that I'm going to have to do soon.
Trolling the crap out of him.
Yeah. I'm looking for the what? Where would I have? Oh, there it is. I do have it. There you go. It is now in your inbox.
You will make a viewer quite happy because they asked me for it.
Wonderful.
It's like the one button that I didn't make for you.
Yeah. Some people have sent me stuff. Like the listeners sometimes send me buttons for the. I need one of Jeremy Hale's going debunked. I need that.
If you tell me where it is, I will make it.
It's everywhere. It's in every stream he ever does. Actually, though, I think he sent me one on WhatsApp that I used to insert in one of my videos. So I think I actually even have one of just him screaming debunked. So I'll have to look through my email. So I'm pretty sure he sent that to me. I asked him for that for a video I was making. Debunked. Good Lord. Are they going to do this entire? They are. They're going to do the entire hearing off. This is how they keep us from knowing things. This is so outrageous. All right. I'm going to have to pull out the Legos. I got nothing else to do besides build Legos, I guess. Let's see, I need my. I'm working on the Dungeons and Dragons Lego project here. As you can see, I need a light though, because I can't see. I need to plug in this lamp.
I've got my.
Who knew you were going to get a Lego stream today too?
I got my World War II patrol torpedo boat that I was working on.
This is going to really bother people, isn't it? Let's see.
Yeah,
right, I'm trying to just so I can see. The lamp is really just for me because otherwise I can't see. Well, what if I turn on my really bright light? Hold on, let me try the other one. Because that one is like making my face look weird. Lighting is always an issue. Ooh, that is super bright. But I can see, so that'll work. I'm working on a Dungeons and Dragons. It is like, I don't know, 8 million pieces.
Only 8 million?
Yeah, 8 million or something like that. Apparently, Jeff is doing a Lego stream on Saturday night again. So I will probably join him on that as well. My son got this for a present, and I told him I would help him do it. And of course, we started doing it together, and then he gave up, which is no good.
I'm jealous of Jeff being old enough to be an empty nester and not have to do work with anyone. He's got time for streaming everything.
True. Of course, he works a lot. All right, I am on bag 13. Oh, see, part 1 is the thing Hangry was working on is supposed to be attached now, but I can't attach it because he didn't finish it. So the whatchamacallit, what is it that I'm missing? Oh, it's a tavern. This is a Dungeons and Dragons thing, and the tavern gets attached to the castle on this side. And I'm supposed to put these things. Why did they have me put these things on back when they were available? Now I have to put them on after the fact? What? Oh, I see. No, they're new. These are little mushroom people. I have to make mushroom people. What do mushroom people have to do with Dungeons and Dragons exactly?
I've not heard of mushroom people in D&D, but it sounds like they would go really well with the shit shack and
the shit shack. What am I looking for? Little arms? Oh no, they're already there. I'm looking for heads of mushroom people. Bodies, hats, heads. Purple? No, they're not purple. What color are they? Oh, maybe they are purple. Yeah, they're purple. These mushrooms have purple heads. I don't think I like the way that sounds.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Sorry, chat. Somebody sent me an email. Okay, I'll go look. Just now? I didn't see anything pop up just now. Oh, wait. Was it from... I think I see it. Yes, I know that. Thank you for sending me that. I'm well aware. All right.
Don't even bother asking.
Well, I don't really want to say it out loud.
No,
it has
you're fine.
to be a different case. But yes, I did get your email, and you are correct. And we'll see what happens. All right, there's the little mushroom people. Let's see if you can see. I'll make myself bigger, so maybe you can see the little mushroom people.
Interesting.
They're kind of cute. They kind of remind me of the what is it? The Fantasia. Weren't there dancing mushrooms in Fantasia?
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that myself. RO4M3R says, Megan, don't diss the mushroom people. They're really fun guys. Are they really a thing in D&D?
It just went right over your head.
Yeah, it did. They're really fun guys. Yeah, I don't get it. WTF are mushroom people? Smurfs? I mean, they lived in mushrooms that were 3 apples tall. I don't know. I can't tell you.
Mushrooms are fungus, so therefore they would be a fun guy.
Oh, whoops. You know I have a problem with these things. You know it goes right. I'm only medium smart, Brad. I'm really only medium smart.
We really try. We're working on the IQ increase.
We are working on it. God, they are still on it. They're going to do this entire thing on a sidebar. This is absurd. What a waste of time. I'm sorry, guys. I had no idea that they were going to just have court put into session and then just go to sidebar. They clearly don't want you to know what's going on in this case. So we may have to wait for Aidan to go live later and tell us what happened. I mean, good Lord. Why are they doing this? What am I building now? Something with claws. I am building it some kind of creature with claws. This is not what I had on my bingo card for today. I was just simply going to watch a hearing and then go about my day. But apparently we're just going to watch a muted stream while they pretend to be doing things. I don't know.
With our EEG background noise.
Wait, did I do this wrong? Oh, no, here we go. This is how it goes. What? Yeah, the EEG. Well, we could have hold music. I mean, is that better? This is not working the way it's supposed to be. No, this is not right. Did I have the wrong piece? I hate it when I do this.
This one attorney keeps going back for more documents, so they're having a...
And because they don't have the attorneys on the camera, I don't know whose attorney is whose. Jessica Mikado is in court. She may have an update on Twitter. Okay, I'll look.
Jessica who?
Mikado? Is she like an NBC person? I don't know. I'm going to find her. She is a correspondent at WBSM, and she is... Let's see.
I will be tweeting TurtleBoy hearing this afternoon. Follow me on Fall River Report.
Okay, there I am. I found her. She says... she's got the Zoom link. She's got the Zoom. I mean, I'm happy where we are. A minute ago, she said, just so you know, that sidebar is still going. Yep. That's all she has. That's all she has on that. The sidebar is ongoing, Brad. Sidebar is ongoing. My sidebar fell down.
My child just fell down.
Can you tell us anything about the Maya case? No. Is there new?
The appeal was filed by J Hatch.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I may need to have to read that. I'm sure it's ridiculous. Yeah, here's our excuse why we drove a woman to suicide. Please take pity on us. It's really the only thing they can say, right? I mean, this is not correct. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong, Brad.
How dare you?
Something's not right. And these pieces, when I put mine together, don't line up the way it looks in the picture. This is distressing. I hate it when this happens. It's very distressing. What did I do? Did I do something? This doesn't look like that at all.
I swapped the feed over.
To what? This
is
others,
the Zoom.
The Zoom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just a little purgatory.
Yeah, I Legoed wrong. But I did everything it told me to do.
You want just a minor perjury? We're not up to minor perjury yet.
We're not. I don't understand why this isn't working for me. I've got one of these, which is literally what I just did. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, 2, 4, 6, 8. Same one. Put the 2 black pieces here. Turn it over. Huh. What have I done? Oh, I get it. I do have the wrong pieces, don't I? 1, 2, 3. No, I don't. This is so weird. It's not working. It's not lining up. I'm going to give this up way earlier than I thought I would today.
Uh-oh.
This is not, it's not working. It's not lining up. Oh, maybe this is the wrong piece. Maybe. No, it's the right one. Oh, this does not look like the picture. This is very frustrating. Yeah, no. I don't understand. They're still just walking around. They're just milling around. God, you guys are all split on the hold music. Every time I turn it on, you guys are like, no music. And then I turn it off and people are like, where's the hold music? I cannot make you guys happy.
Are you not entertained?
Press 1 for hold, 2 for no hold. Ready? 1 for hold music, 2 for no hold music. And then we're just going to do what the chat says. My Lego kit's not mixed up. This is the bag. You saw me open the bag. 1 for music, 2 for no music. I see a lot of 2s. Oh, now the ones are catching up. What's 3? I didn't say 3. Oh man. But Elaine, you can't be the only one voting.
Appellee's notice of change of record attorney within firm.
What's that?
For Maya.
Oh, well, that was the thing where Nick left the firm.
Yesterday?
Oh no, not yesterday. So no, I don't know. All right, the ones have it for at least for now. Maybe we'll switch it off in a second. You guys are really split on the hold music.
Interesting. The American Academy of Pediatrics and the Children's Hospital Association's motions for leave to file an amicus brief curiae is granted. The amicus curiae brief filed August 12, 2024 is accepted. Florida Hospital Association's motion to leave for file an amicus curiae brief is granted.
By who? Who was the association that did the amicus brief?
The American Academy of Pediatrics and the Children's Hospital Association.
Oh my God.
And the Florida Hospital Association.
Oh my God. They are circling the wagons. All right, Elaine, you win. Elaine wins. Sorry, Elaine sent a 50 for no music, please.
Dang.
Anybody who wants music, you're going to have to outdo that. So yeah. Okay, Rogue Mama says I should play my AI songs. Of course, then people who are here for Karen Reed won't understand because they are about different cases.
Yeah, so on the 15th, Nick left.
How do we get our hands on that amicus brief? Is it there? Is it filed?
Yeah, it's on the docket, but it's not in for you'll have to see if you can pry it out of someone's hands.
It's not on the docket. Why?
Yeah, you can't view it.
Oh, hold please. Let me send a quick message here, see if I can get it.
I want the document.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the amicus for the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Children's Hospital Association.
Oh, so you found it?
Yeah, I got that one.
All right, email that to me, would you? Yeah, we need a Karen Reed song. An hour and 7 minutes of late in sidebar. That's exactly right. This is terrible. So much for public courtrooms. Yeah, this is how they're getting around they don't want us here. They're just going to do it all off the record. Secret court.
Well, because they already said that the white noise generator is already broken, so...
Elaine, thanks for the 20, says, can we hear the perjury song, please? All right. Okay. She's paying good money to hear the perjury song. We will play minor perjury. Hold on. Do I have it here? I don't think I have it uploaded to StreamYard. I have to go get it. Minor perjury. Where are you? Here it is.
Or to tell the truth, oh yes I did. I raised my hand and
yes, Sunshine. We've been waiting this entire time. We're now playing music. We're DJing and playing Legos.
I swore on the Bible, and Dingus gave me the knife. And I spun a tale so wild, no one could believe. Fake scans only Adobe could achieve. Story keeps changing, sonograms rearranging, and judges ain't paying attention to anything. What do you mean it's a felony? It's just a little minor perjury. When your twins disappear, it's not an emergency. It's just a little minor perjury. It's just a little minor perjury. It's just a little minor perjury. Oh, oh, napkin lady is a cog in my wheel. Her notemaid got me a TEDx spiel. Now my lies are repeated everywhere.
That link you sent went nowhere.
Try the second one.
How did she hear us through all that noise? Why do you ask? Everybody knows it's the bad boys. They're the ones at fault. It's not me. I just committed a little minor perjury. Why didn't you just take me? Instead you made me commit minor perjury. Why are you coming at me? It's only a little minor perjury. It clearly is Survivor, and I paid for it on Fiverr. Or couldn't you just take me? Instead you made me commit minor
Documents are not available.
Go down to 813.
Oh, got it.
I'm clearly a survivor, and I paid for it on Fiverr. Why couldn't you just date me? Instead you made me commit. Why are you coming at me? It's only a little minor perjury. Oh yeah, I'm not going to jail. There's never gonna be no bail. The system ignores liars like me. It's only a little minor perjury. 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 The system ignores liars like me. It's only a little minor perjury. It's only a little minor perjury. Oh, I'm not going to jail. There's never gonna be no bail. This system ignores liars like me. It's only a little minor perjury. It's only a little minor perjury.
All right. Oops, wrong one. Here's what we have. This is in support of J Hatch by, it's a amicus brief of the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Children's Hospital Association in support of appellant. Wow, this is unbelievable. Of course, they're going to support J Hatch in their child abuse. The American Academy of Pediatrics is the largest nonprofit professional society of pediatrics in the world. The AAP represents 67,000 primary care pediatricians, pediatric medical subspecialists, and surgical specialists. Where, if you guys are not familiar with this case, this is the case of Maya Kowalski, where J Hatch medically kidnapped her, said she was being abused by her mother, who they claimed had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, but then again, they never got her any kind of psychological evaluation. They drove her mother to suicide, and they were found liable for it by a jury. And they lost, what was it, $200 million?
$208 million.
Yeah, I have an entire playlist on my channel. If you want to rewatch that trial, it is way worth it. The trial was incredible. By the way, Brad is monitoring the TURTLEBOY hearing. So when they come off the sidebar, beep, when they come off the sidebar, he'll bring that back up. But we're going to read this in the meantime, because I have not seen this and this is new. Blah, blah. We're committed to the physical, mental, social health, well-being for all infants, except the ones that we medically kidnap and accuse their parents of abuse. Children, adolescents, and young adults. The Academy advances child and adolescent health through education, research, advocacy, and the provision of evidence-based policy and guidelines. The Children's Hospital Association is the national voice of more than 220 children's hospitals. So, of course, they're going to circle the wagons, because the children's hospitals are the ones doing all the medical kidnapping, including we've got CHOA in Georgia. We've got the other one in Florida that I've been covering. We've got all kinds of medical kidnappings going on right now that are bad. Babies that have Ehlers-Danlos being taken from their parents, and their parents are being charged criminally for abuse. And it's not abuse. They have a bone disorder, but it doesn't matter, because once the state gets a hold of your kid, they don't let go, and they will drive you to suicide before they let go of your kid. Terrible. See, if you're not familiar with Maya Kowalski, you can watch the Netflix documentary. It's called Take Care of Maya. It is wonderful. Wonderful. The Children's Hospital Association. Okay. CHA gives pediatric providers a shared voice to advocate for policies that allow children's hospitals and health systems to prove effective patient-first care. Yeah, patient-first care, my ass. Yeah, where's the world's smallest violin? Thank you, Brad. One of the issues in this appeal is the scope of the immunity provided to mandatory reporters. Yeah, of course they want immunity. Of course they do. They always want immunity. It's back. Okay, put it back up. What? We can't hear you.
Oh, I can hear him.
Now I can hear. Wait, they have no sound, Brad. No one can hear it. I can.
Wait, if you can hear it, how can
If
they
I
not
can hear
hear
it? They can hear it. But how can you guys not hear it? All right, Brad, stop it and re-add it. They're saying barely audible. Here, we'll go back over to the other one. No, I still can't hear that.
It's not a web thing, so it's not something I can boost.
All right, hold on. I got it over here.
I think are completely beyond the pale, and we declined to accept those conditions. And instead, we filed the motion to suppress for unreasonable delay. It's been over 300 days since these devices were seized, Your Honor. And if you look at the case law, I'm not going to argue it today, Judge, of course, but if you look at the case law, it's well beyond the pale. So our position is that obviates the need for spending any time or taxpayer money on a taint team for a phone that should be returned right away for unreasonable delay.
You want to do the motion to suppress first?
Correct.
What do you say to that?
No.
Okay, and why?
Well, I think Mr. Bradel has it backwards. The normal order of things is that first the search is conducted, and then if evidence is found, the defendant brings the motion to suppress. I'm happy to have the court, or doesn't really matter whether I'm happy or not. I don't have any choice. I'm willing to have the court, except that the court will hear and act on Mr. Bradel's motion, and I appreciate the offer to set it at a convenient date for myself. But the history of this is, Your Honor, that going back, I think, 1 or 2 hearings ago in front of Judge Callahan, Mr. Bradel raised the issue that the Commonwealth had not moved forward on examination of these digital devices that had been seized by his client. And he pointed out that he had spoken to Mr. Mello sometime earlier, that Mr. Mello had made a proposal as to who would serve as the electronics expert on the taint team, and that he was agreeable with that. And Mr. Bradel argued the law of taint teams. I, for my part, conceded that there had been an inordinate delay. And I went into the extenuating circumstances, which I won't rehearse again today. You've heard some of them at sidebar.
Yes.
And at that point,
they did the arguments
Mr.
at
Bradel
sidebar.
had also made a pitch for return of this client's electronic devices immediately, supposedly because they were necessary for his journalistic so-called pursuits.
So-called.
I was asked by Judge Callahan if Commonwealth would consent to return copies of those devices, and I replied that we would not, but that I was willing to take another look at that issue.
How do they have a right to
he
keep
asked
it for
me
that
to
long?
notify the court after I had taken that second look, so to speak.
He's an innocent
and
man.
I did so on the letter that the motion that Mr. Bradel just referred to. This is the first response to that I've heard from Mr. Bradel. I'm sorry he's not happy with the conditions. But in any case, Judge Callahan also asked that I file, as I said I would, I think by August 18th, I'm not quite sure of the date, a proposal to set up a taint team, and I complied with that order, Your Honor. I may have been a day late, I'm not sure, but not much. And Mr. Bradel has had that motion now for a couple of weeks. I find it ironic in light
Maybe
of
need to get a
about delay.
if he needs
that,
access to his phone for whatever reason, and it's going
2
to
months after he was served with that motion or thereabouts, he now comes into court, files a motion, demands that it be heard before the taint team motion, thereby pushing off the
That's
whole
what we call the
process
prosecution,
of
the taint team.
examination of the devices until after I have time to respond. Court has time to schedule a hearing.
How much more time?
We have time
300
to
days.
argue it, and the court has time to rule on his motion to suppress. I would suggest to the court that all that's going to do is delay the case unnecessarily. I would ask the court to allow the Commonwealth's motion to establish the taint team, and I think the usual remedy applies.
We need a bingo card.
The court then goes forward and in due course hears Mr. Bradle's motion to dismiss for undue delay and allows that motion, then the usual remedy would apply. The evidence would be suppressed.
This guy talking about digital evidence when he had a
Mr.
2-digit
Bradle
phone
hasn't
number.
lost anything. On the other hand, if the court postpones action on the taint team motion,
oh God,
I
again.
thought we were in agreement that a taint team procedure.
See, taint team, one more time.
Indeed, the Commonwealth stopped all examination of Mr. Kearney's devices because the defense requested a taint team procedure, and we agreed to it. If we do not go forward on that, every day that we don't go forward is going to add at least 3 months or so, because as Your Honor knows, there's a whole process of examination and opportunity for the defense to object and so forth and so on before the fruits of those search, whatever they may be, are shared with the Commonwealth, and then the Commonwealth designates those pieces of evidence and turns them over to the defense.
Thank you.
Judge, if I may, thank you. I appreciate the Commonwealth's newfound desire to get this done, but it's too late, Your Honor. That's the essence of the motion. This is not an agreement between the parties, Your Honor. This is the government's legal duty under the preventive medicine case to, upon being notified that those materials have privileged items in the phones and computers, it's their legal duty to come forward to the Superior Court. It's their legal duty to include the defense. So in this case, prior Prosecutor Mello completely took a different tack. And the emails are quoted in my motion, Your Honor, that he opposed a taint team. He refused to give the devices back. He refused to give the data back. And he already committed delay beyond what all the case law allows for in terms of unreasonable delay before Attorney Cosgrove even got on the case. All the cases that you'll see cited in my brief in terms of unreasonable delay,
motion.
they hold it's like 20 days is unreasonable delay, 30, 40, 50 days is unreasonable delay. We're over 300 days here, Your Honor. And the government acknowledged that they needed to do further search warrant work on this case. Mr. Cosgrove acknowledged it himself a few months ago in open court as well. Detective Tully acknowledged it on page 31 of his search warrant ending in number 70. He said, I will file further search warrants. We haven't received anything. And here we are at over 300 days. This case is the most extreme case in the body of unreasonable delay case law. There's no case with more time. Further, Your Honor, the nature of this case is such that Mr. Kearney's been deprived of source material, First Amendment things, attorney-client conversations from several other bits of litigation that he's been involved with his attorneys in those cases. He hasn't been able to get into this stuff. I've given the government notice of this at least 2, if not 3 times, that we need these devices, we can't get the information. The information in these devices concerns source material, and here's the hook, on the very same police officers that took it from him. He's investigating them. And under this case, they took his devices in what can only be a blatant conflict of interest, Your Honor. So they've sat on this stuff for over 300 days. It's coming up on a year now, and they haven't filed any of this stuff. We haven't been served with anything. So I think the Commonwealth, frankly, is happy to just sit on Mr. Kearney's devices, to stifle his further investigation. And that's the real motive for the Commonwealth, just holding on to these devices and not doing anything. So I spoon-fed this right to ADA Mello in October of 2023, giving him the preventive medicine case. And he rebuffed it. And they do that at their own peril. And the time is ticking, and they never did anything, and here we sit. So there's no question, Judge, that it would be an absurd waste of time to set up a taint team and start paying experts to start looking at things, to only then, after the fact, say, oh, this has been gone on for too long, it's an unreasonable delay. There's no reason why the court can't handle that right now. That happens all the time. And so I would ask that the hearing be set up. I don't see how the Commonwealth has any argument whatsoever after 300 days of sitting on my client's devices, refusing to give them back, stifling his journalism, where they could say there's any good reason why they should keep going. So I would ask that we proceed right to this motion to suppress at the earliest possible date, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to take the issue regarding the taint team under advisement. In the meantime, we are going to set a motion to suppress date as well as a date for the motion to disqualify. I'm thinking motion to suppress in November, motion to disqualify in January, but that's just
what?
Kind of putting it out there. What are everyone's thoughts on those November and then January?
Oh my God.
That'd be fine with me, Your Honor.
Attorney Cosgrove?
Well, January is fine with me for the motion to disqualify.
Are you sure you're going to be alive then,
I would
man?
rather reserve my answer on
Gonna make it to January,
applicable date for the motion to suppress. If Your Honor winds up ruling that is to go forward ahead of consideration of the motion for the taint team, I don't want to put it out to November. I'd rather do it within a couple of weeks. If, on the other hand, Your Honor decides to allow the motion, then I'm in no particular hurry, having already expressed the view.
You should be in a hurry.
The remedy of suppression is fully available to Mr. Bradel whenever the motion is heard, if it turns out to be allowed.
Is there any reason why we can't sort of do let's just say for sake of argument, I allow the motion for a taint team, and that starts, we could also do a motion to suppress. I'm just trying to move things along a little bit rather than delay.
That's
not putting a date in January.
Okay. All right. So let's work backwards. January date for the motion to disqualify. When works for Madam Clerk?
We are wide open in January. No Tuesdays.
No Tuesdays. Okay.
How about January 9th, the Thursday?
Yes. Do you anticipate that this would be an evidentiary motion?
January is moving along.
It's an interesting question, Judge, whether this is an evidentiary motion, and I've been thinking about that. And right now, I would ask for 2 or 3 hours, just in case.
Okay, we'll put you on in the morning then.
Okay, that day will not work. We'll have to do a Monday or Friday morning.
We're talking. Forgive my confusion. I'm a little slow in the afternoons. We're talking now the motion
Just
to
the
disqualify.
afternoons?
Yes.
All right. I will definitely want to call at least 3 witnesses.
Okay, then
Yeah,
we'll
how
just
about
definitely
today?
do it 9
Can we
o'clock
just do
to
it
give
today?
ourselves a full day then. Okay,
We're all
we have
here.
a day that works for a full day.
Might as well do it now. We're all here. We're all gathered here together in this court of law.
So that's January 9th, Your Honor?
Actually, we're going to pick another one to give us more time. That'll give us a full day.
We have to do a Monday or Friday morning start date. Right out of the bat, January 3rd. Actually, that'll be the last day of the meeting. How about January 10th?
That should be a button. I'm slow in the afternoon.
That's fine. Yeah.
All right, January 10th at 9 a.m. for the motion to disqualify.
Oh. 9 a.m.
Right now, I am going to pick a November date. The motion to suppress, counsel, would you anticipate calling witnesses on that or just arguing delay in general? What are your thoughts?
I think, Judge, that'll likely be a non-evidentiary motion.
Okay.
I would ask for maybe 2 hours just in case we do have to call 1 or 2 witnesses.
Okay.
But I don't think so. Okay. I would certainly advise the court and counsel if I decide that I want to call a witness.
Right.
I would not anticipate calling witnesses for the Commonwealth, but if I decide otherwise, I'll advise both the court and Mr. Bradel and Mr. Bradel.
Thank you very much. Why don't we put that on for 9 o'clock as well, again, just so we're not feeling rushed at 2 to get it in before 4.
Judge, could we do the week of November 18th?
I'm just checking the judge who I anticipate being here, Judge Kropp. I'm just checking his schedule.
Motion to disqualify something.
We're actually available October 25th, and the next available date is December 2nd.
We're available October 25th.
We do December 2nd?
Why didn't she go with October 25th?
Because she doesn't want to move it along.
She just said we're actually available on October 25th.
Who would be sitting here on December 2nd?
Likely Judge Kropp.
For fuck's sake.
The short answer is yes, but I do have a trial scheduled that I don't expect to go. I just wanted to put it out there. I think it'll go away. But
why not October 25th?
But I think I can do it.
All right, Attorney Kropp,
well, the other issue that I would
even
raise
offer it.
in light of my last appearance here is that Judge Kropp is a judge who sat here regularly when I was sitting as a Superior Court judge in Norfolk County. So I don't know if under those
He's a judge now, private attorney.
Mr. Bradel would be inclined to bring another motion to recuse.
It's like the old guy in the Kowalski trial.
Thoughts, Attorney Bradel?
I'd leave that to Judge Kropp.
I forgot his name now.
Okay, so you're not going to make a motion, but
if
wheeled
in on a wheelchair, though.
Itself, you can. Okay. Can I say counsel sidebar about this?
God dang it!
Yeah, did you guys hear the whispering? We're actually available October 25th. The next available date is until December 2nd. So let's do December 2nd, shall we? Like, what the? Oh, God, why are we sidebarring again? Why are we sidebarring? This is so frustrating. Why even have these hearings? Like, why even do it? Just be like, we're not going to let you argue your stuff for at least a year after we've arrested you. So we'll just put it out there. We'll just make the date and then everyone show up and argue all the shit at once. Why do we set hearings where people are supposed to argue motions and then nothing gets done? And she's like, well, I'll take it under advisement. Meanwhile, I really want to move this along. So I'll just schedule it out for 4 months from now.
Yeah. So if you think about Sarah Boone hasn't had her phone in years, and she asked for it in one of her hearings, and they're like, no, you're not getting it. And because they don't want it to be to connect to towers and get any information or whatnot, they want it in the preserved state that it's in. So that's why they need the Tate team if they're going to.
Why can't they just take the Celebrite data they need, download it all, and give the phone back? There's no reason to keep the phone.
Yeah, once you have the image, you don't need the phone.
You don't need the phone. They're just doing it to be dick bags. This is just to be dickish. That's all this is. This is just to punish him through the process. Keep his digital devices. This is all garbage. This cannot go anywhere. He cannot be sent to jail for 120 years for this. There's no freaking way. And if they do it,
all right. So for scheduling purposes, we're going to do that December 2nd date with caveat of what we talked about at sidebar for a motion to suppress, and January 10th, 2025 at 9 a.m. for disqualification. Jenny. I will rule on the Tate team issue. And as far as that other issue regarding the first issue we discussed, I did allow the motion to allow Attorney Cosgrove and myself to look at them. Take a look, counsel, and then see if you have any further objection. I think once you look at them, the three of you can probably come to an agreement on that, but if you can't, I will then rule.
Judge, I would like to just leave the building today with the celebrate extraction protective order language worked out.
Okay.
I think my brother's indicating to me that you can do that.
That sounds great. I can, please discuss further. Just, if you come to an agreement, put it on a yellow legal pad that is legible, and then I will sign off on it, would be great. I do believe we have an interested party who is here who may wish to address the court. I'm just checking on that.
Oh, no.
Counsel, please.
What are we doing?
More sidebar.
Oh, for God's sake. Ty Sticks, thanks for the 2. The felons said you stole their hold music. LMFAO. Ridiculous. That did not happen. Jenny Norland, thanks for the sexy money, whatever this is.
Swedish corner.
Cooked poached salmon. Is that cooked poached salmon? Does that sound good? You should do that, Brad. Although that doesn't really keep that well in the refrigerator.
Poached salmon isn't my favorite.
Salmon doesn't really keep well.
Grilled.
Yeah. Rogue Mama, thanks for the 2. Play your AI songs. Well, I did. Elaine Burris, thanks for the 5. I challenge each of you to request a song for a small charge. Joanne, thanks for the 10, says, having the babies, please. My girls love it. Oh, well, if we start, should we start it now? They're probably going to come right back. DeFloofy Cat says, snake chorus. That I can do quickly.
That's easier than...
That's a lot easier. All right. Watch another ADA be assigned. What happened to Mello? How come Mello was reassigned off this? Any ideas? Anybody know? I don't really know. All right. I actually want to go back. Brad, I have it. Well, I'm the one sharing the court stream, so I will keep it in my ears so I know when they come back. But I wanted to go back to his article here. All right, so this is the stuff about the Canton 9. This is the same exact thing that they arrested Aidan for. And on January 4th, the alleged intimidators went in front of a clerk magistrate and were represented by counsel. Attorney Bill Gens told me he was itching to attack this statute for years and finally found a case to do it with. His argument successfully won the day. I was incarcerated at the time, so I couldn't show up to my support for the hearings. Normally, a clerk makes a decision on, and this is not a court clerk, it's a clerk magistrate, which is different, makes a decision on whether or not charges will be pressed within 24 hours. Rarely do they not find probable cause, since the bar is pretty low and the people bringing the charges forward are the police officers who should know the law better than most. However, 7 months went by without a word of a ruling. Finally, today, the Canton 9 all received notice in the mail that the criminal complaint was denied because no probable cause was found. There it is. Unbelievable. Not a crime. Over 7 months later, we've confirmed what we all suspected. Holding a sign outside a mediocre pizza shop is not a crime. As stressful as the last 9 months have been, I'm grateful. Grateful for friends I've made, especially Deanna Corby, who was a stranger last year. This was from Meredith O'Neill. I guess she was one of the ones charged. And she spoke outside the court. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because it's a victory for the First Amendment. It would have been an outrageous violation of civil liberties to criminalize the most American thing people can do, take to the public square and voice their opinions for the world to see. The First Amendment has been under relentless attack in Norfolk County. Yes, it has. And the witness intimidation statute has been the weapon of choice for the Commonwealth to lay wreckage to the United States Constitution. So it's nice to see the tyrants have their power checked. But it's also a bad thing because for the last 7 months, citizens of Massachusetts have experienced a chilling effect that has made them afraid to hold protests like this in front of Chris Albert's mediocre pizza shop. There is no reason the decision should have taken this long. Clerk Magistrate Lauren Green must have reached her decision a long time ago. But the Norfolk County DA's office hid this information because they knew it would encourage more peaceful protesting. Well, I don't know how he knows that they hid it. I would think once a magistrate puts out a ruling, it goes out. Maybe she held on to it for whatever reason that the DA wanted her to, but I don't know. But now the message has been sent loud and clear. Anyone can protest outside Chris Albert's pizza shop about his family's involvement in the murder of John O'Keefe. The individual who reported the alleged witness intimidation was none other than Ken Mello. That's probably why he's been pulled off, you think? The special prosecutor appointed by the Norfolk DA's office to charge me with witness intimidation for holding similar protests and inspiring protests like the November 5th protest. This made Mello a witness in their case, which would have made it impossible for him to be the prosecutor.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. The 911 call shows that when the police initially told Mello their hesitation to charge 9 random people with felonies for standing on a public street, he refused to take no for an answer. Instead, he called them back and urged the police to read the witness intimidation statute carefully and urged them to turn these 9 people with no criminal records into felons.
Yeah, I'm recording Sergeant Slavesi speaking.
Yes, Sergeant, is that what you have?
Who would you like to speak with, sir?
My name is Ken Mello. I'm a prosecutor with the Norfolk DA's office. Can I speak to your shift commander?
Well, I'm on duty right now. We have a lieutenant, too. But how can I help you?
Okay. There's a protest going on outside D&E. Would you mind sending a car down there just to make sure that they're
we'll take a look.
not intimidating you?
And what's your name again?
My name is Attorney Ken Mello.
And who are you working for?
I'm the special prosecutor
okay.
regarding Aidan Kearney.
Got. All right. So the prosecutor, you said there's people outside B&E?
Right.
Okay. We'll
just have a cruise go by and make sure there's nothing.
We'll check it out.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Right. You too. Bye-bye.
Hello. Roger. Hey, Mike. Hi. I got a call from Kenneth Mello. He's the special prosecutor, I guess. 686 has that.
This is unbelievable.
Anyway, some protesters out in front of D&E, so Zeph is going to take a drive-by.
Yeah, they can protest.
I know, we're just going to take a drive-by. Just get the attorney's question. We just be sure we stop by, take a look.
Yeah.
So, all right. I'll catch you. Bye-bye.
When are they going to lock this guy up?
Yeah.
Slops.
Hi, Mr. Mello. It's Sergeant Slavesi. I just spoke to you. Hold 1 second.
Yes, sir.
1 second, sir. Roger. That officer swing by. It says there's 4 people like across the street holding signs. They weren't right in front. They were across the street. They're not keeping traffic, but so it seems kind of mellow. It's a small group now.
All right. Okay. Very good. If they could just swing by there once in a while, I'd appreciate
we'll keep on making passes. You know.
Very good.
All right.
Thank
we'll
you,
keep
sir.
intimidating.
That's intimidating.
We'll keep intimidating the protesters. Don't worry. Don't worry, sir.
Police officer, next recorded line.
Hi, Officer Nix. This is Attorney Ken Mello. I believe I just spoke with your sergeant there. Is he still available?
He's not. He just stepped out. Actually, he's walking back in the room, sir. Hold on.
Okay,
let me put you on hold, and I'll have him pick up, okay?
Thanks very much.
You're welcome, sir. How can I help you?
Hi, Sergeant Ken Mello again.
No problem.
Jesus, how many times did he call back?
Chapter 268, Section 13A.
268.
13A.
Okay. I'll go ahead and get a book. 1 second, sir.
Okay. You give me a call back if you want, okay?
Okay, yes, sir, Mr. Mello. All right.
Okay. All right, thank you.
He should be sued under 1983 process violations, this guy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mr. Mello, it's Sergeant Slavesi. So, it looked up. So what do you want? What are you thinking of doing?
I think we're good enough to charge him, to be honest with you, at least this person.
He's not even there.
On it, you know, but
wait,
10/20/25 at 9 a.m. for the motion for disqualification. Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'll be here for another 45 minutes or so if you want to get me something. If not, you can get it to me tomorrow.
Wait, what did she say?
And at 9 a.m. for hearing on the motion. And
I thought she was going to rule.
On the motion, and January 10th, 2025 at 9 a.m. for the motion for disqualification. Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'll be here for another 45 minutes or so if you want to get me something. If not, you can get it to me tomorrow. I'll be on trial, but I'll be here. Okay?
She was supposed to rule on the tape team. She didn't rule on the tape team. Unless she did it off camera. The hell?
Thanks so much.
She said she was going to rule on the tape team today. Did that happen and it just happened off camera or what?
I don't think she would have ruled off camera. That'd be...
So she didn't do it. You gotta be kidding me. Well, that's it, folks. That's what your justice system does to you. They schedule hearings and then nothing gets done. Nothing gets ruled on, even when she says she's going to do it. And shit gets pushed out for another 4 months. He still doesn't have his phones back. We don't know when he's going to get them. And oh my God, let's go back over though to here because oh my God, I want to hear the rest of this.
As if we're not mad enough already.
Yeah, let's just get even more mad to hear Ken Mello setting up the Canton 9.
Requirement of that statute.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
So we just go, we go up there. You want us to write a report and try to document who was there? Who's there?
Yeah, if you could do that. Yeah, please, if you can do that. I mean, check with your lieutenant. I don't want to, I'm not an officer in your department, but I'm looking at that statute and saying they're across the street. They're they're certainly near Albert's place.
All right.
He's a witness, and they're certainly there for purposes of influencing or whatever else the statute states.
Or whatever else. They're there for the purpose of influencing or whatever else the statute states. No, sir. No, they're not. They're just expressing their First Amendment rights as Americans to say, hey, we don't like this guy with the mediocre pizza shop and we think he's a liar. And you're allowed to do that. This is so shitty.
Right. So it's punishable by no more than a year in prison and a fine of no more than $5,000.
Oh my
Correct.
God.
All right, so we can go up there. We can try to figure out. I mean, I think we could probably figure out a couple of them. Maybe not all of them where they are, because we can.
Oh, so let me go up there and do your bidding, sir. Sure. Let me go out there and just find a way to put him in jail. No problem.
Ask them, they can just tell us, pound sand, not tell them. Let me try to find them, see where cars they go to or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
follow them to their cars.
We can go from there and just
how are these people not under arrest?
You can reach your chief to see how she feels about it, or okay, great.
Yeah. Maybe you should talk to the chief. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe you should talk to the chief to find out how she feels that Ken Mello is directing her officers to go arrest people. That's a good thing to do, sir. Go check with the chief. Did the chief say yes to this?
No problem, sir. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Holy shit, you guys. Look, Aidan's doing God's work. The mere fact that he got this video, like that he found this call, and people are saying he's the prosecutor calls him a so-called journalist. This is real journalism right here, baby. This just showed that Ken Mello is corrupt as shit. Like, this is terrible. And you know that no probable cause was found. So this man used his position as an elected official, because I'm assuming a DA there is an elected official, to wield his power to have innocent people accused of a felony. And you would never have known it if it hadn't been for Aidan Kearney. This is unfreaking real. Unbelievable. Well, I guess it's clearly not enough to charge them. That's what happens when you get your legal advice from a guy whose website spells office with 3 Fs. The fact that this idiotic tyrant and his little bitch buddy, Chris Albert, got smacked down like this was extremely satisfying. The fact that Helena Rafferty was sent the message today that you are allowed to protest near anyone you want to in Canton was a great victory for democracy. But how can they still be prosecuting him for the same thing? It's incredible. The McAlberts have never been victims as much as they try to be. Perhaps the court felt compelled to finally announce they would be charging these fine people after the C.F. McCarthy's incident on June 23, or more recent incident where Chris Albert came out smiling and taking pictures of some woman in a wheelchair. I'm not saying I'll be protesting in front of D&E Pizza tomorrow, but precedent has been established loud and clear. If you want to protest there, you can. Yep. And I want to know how they're still bringing charges against them. But that was before they charged me with witness intimidation, their favorite toy used to bludgeon free Americans into silence. Now it's pretty established that their toy is being taken away from them, and Chris Albert should probably get used to people exercising their First Amendment rights anywhere, anytime they please. Well, only if they lose this case against him. If they win this case against him and put him in jail, well, there goes everybody's free speech rights. There goes everybody's rights. Holy crap. So today, here's what we've learned. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts does absolutely fuck nothing in their hearings. They're just absolutely jack shit. And Aidan Kearney's been dragged through the court system for almost a year now with no answers. Can't get his devices back. Judge won't even rule on the taint team, whatever the fuck that is. We don't know. It sounds like a third-party team that is supposed to go over the evidence on the Celebrite download and take out privileged information. But they still don't even have a ruling on that. And the prosecutor admitted he hasn't even looked at the Celebrite information. 300 days they've had it. 300 days, almost a year they've had this, and they haven't looked at it, haven't decided what they're going to use in court. This has got to be a violation of speedy trial. I don't know if they've waived it already or what. They need a whole team to handle the taint, says MG Law. That's right, a whole team for the taint. Welcome to the taint stream, because apparently that's what this is now. Guys, this has been awful. Absolutely awful. I've got one more super chat to get to here. KDP, thanks for the 5,000, whatever that is. I don't know. That's infuriating. It was like having a meeting to have a meeting. Yes, that's exactly what court has become these days. It's a hearing to set another hearing, to set another hearing, to delay. And they used to use COVID as an excuse. And at this point, it's like, yeah, you can't use that shit as an excuse anymore. We are 5 years removed from COVID. So get your shit together, courts. And you should, October 20th, I'm so mad. They could have done this on October 25th. She pushes it out to December 2nd. Katie says, I found you through Jeff a while back. I love your streams. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thanks
Korean won.
Korean won. Squiggly money. That's squiggly money. Yeah, whatever it is. That's legal vices money. I hate when judges say they'll take it under advisement too, especially because we know they've had the motions and they've read all the motions before the hearings. They should be ready to rule. Based on what they hear in the arguments, they could change their mind, but based on the motions that were submitted, a judge ought to be ready to rule and ready to go, especially when a case has been dragged out this long. This is absurd. How much more time does she need in order to rule on the taint team? What? Really? Isn't that something that is done anyway? Isn't it like you have to have a third-party team look at the downloaded stuff?
Because there's privileged information regarding the other cases.
Will there be pictures of the taint, or do we have to subscribe to OnlyFans for those? I don't know. You're going to have to ask the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. All right, guys, I've been streaming all day today. I got to go. Thank you so much for being here, Brad. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys go subscribe to IT Goatee Brad. Make sure you've hit the like and subscribe. And tonight, I will see you on Tug's channel, That Umbrella Guy. We have an exclusive interview with Patty, the second victim in the John Cook assault with a deadly weapon incident in Otter Creek, Florida, in Levy County. We will be talking to her. You can ask her your questions, and she will be telling all. That will be on That Umbrella Guy's channel at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I will see you then. Bye-bye, everybody. I got to find my outro. I haven't played this one in a while.
Walking stream in 5 minutes.
Brad. Brad's going to do his walking stream. I'll redirect you. Go take a walk. We've been sitting for a long time. Right. Is it set up? Can I redirect?
I'm setting it up now.
All right, well, hurry up. You got 3 minutes and 33 seconds, Brad. See you guys.
I was so lost, my world is near its end. I almost felt my head is full of a million choices. I am alive, I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Road has many choices, and my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna say you to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has many choices, and my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna say. No, I don't wanna say goodbye.
So I take it that you've seen
problem is he
Cameron
should have
John's
come
bedroom
storming
before.
in there with
Yeah.
a string of
Do you
garlic
recall what
and
he
some
went
holy
into
water.
Mr. Jepson
And a cross,
first
a crucifix
bedroom?
one.
May the
Do you
power of
recall,
Christ
or no,
compel you.
No, I don't.
You realize this house was infested with
Except for
succubuses.
that,
And
there's a picture up here with you of what it, yes. Do you recall whether it was there when you arrived in the afternoon? I don't remember seeing it now. So while she.
No wonder he said drown her before you burn her.
oh my god.
You-
Your next witness?
Now I know
Witness
why he
Roman
wanted to
known
drown
as
her.
Glacis, and that is
Witness
also
lives in
by
Romania.
video.
Is that correct?
That